Hey there, it's Leona. Welcome to Zen Mindfulness Shodo. Today, we're gonna practice Shodo meditation while focusing on the Hiragana character for yo. So, let's begin a beautiful journey together. When you write a character, imagine a square about the size of the character that you are gonna write like this. First, I'm gonna write it. Then I'm gonna explain the points and tips for writing the character beautifully in detail. Let's explain the process. The first stroke starts from a point a little bit higher than the center point. It's essentially a downward curved line, rising to the right until about the middle of the width, below the center point of the top right square. This line looks more beautiful when it gets thicker as it moves upward to the right than the same thickness all the way from the beginning point to the end. I failed to thicken this line as it moves to the right, so this is not a good example. But a line like this would appear more attractive for the first stroke of this character. From the first stroke's end point, move the pen upward to the left, like this motion. The second stroke starts from a point slightly higher than the middle of the upper half of the middle vertical line. This line is essentially an S-shaped curve, moving vertically down along the middle vertical line. If you find the S-shaped curve difficult, a slightly right curved line can also express the characteristic curves of hiragana. Descend to about the middle of the lower half of the middle vertical line, then curve downward and move left. Go left to about the center point of the bottom left square. Then curve upward. After curving, descend to the bottom right with a gentle upward curve. The intersection point should be around the middle of the horizontal line part. The end point should be roughly directly below the end point of the first stroke, at about the same height as the lowest point on the left side. For instance, if you write it like this, where the end point is lower than the lowest point of the left side, or if you write it like this, where the end point is higher than the lowest point of the left side, the overall balance of the character might look a bit off, as compared to the one like this sample character, where the end point and the lowest point of the left side look at about the same level. Lastly, the loop formed at the intersection point should be flattened a little bit, rather than perfectly round for a more mature, normal-looking yo character. If you make the loop round, the whole character appears cute but childish. For a cute rounded style, you can intentionally make this part rounder, while for a more Japanese calligraphic shodo style, keep it flatter. Try practicing with these points and tips in mind. The key points for writing hiragana characters, as explained in the video, are concisely summarized in this book in a similar manner. The book allows you 3 pages to practice each character. It can be purchased on Amazon. See the link in the description. I'm gonna practice 1 page of this workbook this time, but you're welcome to practice as much as you want. If you're practicing with a pen, I recommend that you place a few pieces of paper under the page that you're writing on, so that the ink doesn't bleed onto the page under it. Alright, let's get started. Before you start writing, take a deep breath and clear your mind. Slowly breathe in as much air as you can through your nose, and exhale all the negative emotions that you've been holding until this moment through your mouth. When you are mentally ready to write, you can start writing. Check the starting point, turning point, end point, the angle of the stroke, and the direction of the curve. After that, without hesitation, aim for the end point and move the pen smoothly. Try to write slower than you normally write, putting your heart and soul into each stroke. However, if you move the pen too slowly, the lines will become shaky, and if you move the pen lines will become thinner in areas you don't want them to be thinner, so concentrate on finding the right speed. Once you've finished writing the character, look at the character as a whole, and think about what changes you should make next, in order to make it look even more beautiful. Of course, you don't have to take all the tips and points that I've told you, and copy my way of writing the character. Trust your own sense of beauty, and adjust accordingly. It's important that you are satisfied with the shapes of the characters you write, so please use my tips and points as ideas and hints for adjusting the shape of the character to your sense of beauty. Of course, you can't change the shape so much that it no longer looks like a character. If you notice that you are thinking about something else while writing, immediately refocus on what you are writing. By repeating this exercise, you will be able to notice when your attention starts to turn to something unrelated to your current action, and gradually improve your concentration and self-control. You can also build your patience with this practice. So, let's practice together. It's just natural that we are unable to create perfectly satisfying strokes every time. Instead of blaming yourself for not being able to make strokes that you want, try praising yourself for taking on difficult challenges. Alright, let's learn and practice together again in my next video. Thank you for watching.